St. Paul, a great missionary, making 3 journeys around the Mediterranean. Today, we hear about his second missionary journey. The first one was rather short, as he was in Asia Minor, today Turkey, and Cyprus. And of course, to get to Cyprus, he had to be on a ship with a sail. So that would be rather challenging depending on the weather. Not much headway was accomplished in that first missionary journey. Now he continues, but we hear that he set sail from Troas, and he's crossing over a little bit of the Aegean Sea over to what is today Greece. So he's leaving Asia Minor and he's going to Europe. So his missionary zeal is taking him to the ends of the earth, so to speak. And there he finds support and welcome. Lydia, who was well-to-do with her business with purple cloth, which was very expensive, gave him support. So it was sort of a new beginning. And Paul would continue down to Corinth. He would go to near Athens. At Athens, he was not accepted. He was ignored. And then he retraced his steps and went back all the way back home the way he came. So he was a man of great faith to go forth to places unknown, not having any idea how he would survive. He had no support group waiting for him, but God had a plan. God had Lydia waiting. And God prepared the hearts of many people to listen to Paul and to turn their hearts to him. Paul will be on board ship many times in his missionary travels. And that was a very quick way to get from point A to point B if the weather prevailed. But if not, there could be disaster. In his last journey, which he was being sent to Rome to be in prison, there was a shipwreck. And he advised the authorities not to set sail during winter because of the stormy seas. They ignored his advice, and the shipwrecked near Malta, where he and others spent the winter. So why did Paul go through all this trouble to announce the message of the good news to people who have not heard it yet? It was the Holy Spirit. We hear about Jesus promising to send the Spirit of truth to those who believe. And the Holy Spirit impelled Paul to go out of his comfort zone. He was very comfortable in Jerusalem, but no, the Holy Spirit wanted him to go to the Gentiles, to those without any tradition or background in how God would send his Son into the world. And Paul planted those communities of faith. Later, he would write letters to the Philippians and the Colossians and the Thessalonians. He would keep track of those early Christian communities. So for us, being missionary disciples is not a short-term kind of program. It is long-term. It can take many years for conversation with a neighbor or a friend until they are ready to respond and say, yes, I would like to learn more about Jesus. I would like to share more in the faith community. And that's what Paul did. It was visiting the same place more than once, writing letters, keeping in touch, giving encouragement, praying, and offering his suffering for the people that he had once ministered. And so in some way, we want to support the continuation of the missionary outreach of our church. There are missionaries around the world continuing in every continent to say to people who have not yet heard the message, but we, in our context, we can approach people who have heard but have forgotten, to re-evangelize those who have been baptized but have fallen away. So this is a big enterprise for us. They tell us that the second largest religious group in the United States are fallen away Catholics. So there is somebody out there that you know that you can pray for and connect with and invite and welcome back with God's help, with God's grace, under the direction of the Holy Spirit.